Hello there. I just got out of the shower. So the next episode is Squeezy Painting. This one has the opening scene where Poe is making tubby custard. She tries to make tubby custard. She doesn't even put her bib on, and then the windmill starts spinning. She just groans and runs off. She doesn't say "uh-oh." And yeah, I think this was a recurring sketch in the UK series. I think there were three others where the other Teletubbies did that. I don't think I remember any of them. I don't know. This one I might remember. It was either this or the Tinky Winky one, which I think that was from feeding baby penguins. And then a TV event. The TV event, I feel like I've seen some of the paintings that some of the paintings that they make. They don't like use paintbrushes. They just squeeze like paint out of a bottle. It looks like icing on a cake. Yeah. I think I remember when I saw this TV event, it was slightly shortened, and I think the later audio of Tinky Winky being chosen was used. And then the segments, Dipsy spills his tubby custard, and the Nunu has to clean it up. They changed the word tidies up to cleans up. I don't know why. They always say Nunu tidies up. I know that segment is on the. I know that segment is on the. I think it was the Naughty Nunu video. I think I vaguely remember seeing it in this episode as well. Man, I'm more wet than usual. And then they do the stamping and stepping dance. It's the same version from the US version of basketball, except the baby son giggling is slightly muted in some parts at the beginning and at the end, and the Teletubbies are heard giggling. And unlike in most episodes with the extended version of the dance, the Teletubbies giggling is actually in sync when they do the dance. When they do the dance the second time, and the voice trumpet's a few inches lower. Lala is the missing Teletubby, and Tinky Winky is the boo shouter, with the end credits being slightly delayed. This episode aired on September 6th, 1999. This was the first Teletubbies episode to air during the PBS Kids rebranding in September of 1999. The first with the dot and dash logo. I think this one episode, from what I remember, had the dash logo. I think the logo was different each airing. So yeah. And my mouse is glitching out for some reason. In the Pledge Drive airing, it has the Who Spilled the Tubby Custard segment from the UK version of Painting with Hands and Feet, which I vaguely remember seeing. And then they go watch the Three Ships. It's the same version from the UK version of Bubbles. And then the Splashing Dance, which I think, if I remember, it was the same version from Willy Walk. I'm not sure. I think on Willy Walk, they had the camera cutting to the voice trumpet rather than showing the baby son giggling or the windmill stopping first. At first, I thought I didn't remember that, but now I have a vague memory of seeing that maybe like twice. I'm not sure. So yeah. In the rerun airing, it has the dancing bear dancing twice in the middle, which I think I do remember seeing. I think of this version of the episode I might remember. And it had the same opening shots from Goats when the dancing bear was about to begin, but that episode had bear dancing once, and it randomly had the windmill stopping, even though the episode wasn't even like halfway done yet. And it does not have the stepping and stepping dance, I think. Dipsy's the boo shouter, I think, with the alternate ending music. In the Sprout airing, it has the segment from milking cows after the TV event where the Tubby Custard machine is not working. I think that segment was it the Again Again video? I think I might have seen it on TV as well. I think there's a news report I think you can find on YouTube for the 10th anniversary. They show clips from this segment, but I think it might have been taken from the Again Again video, though some of the clips might have been taken from like actual episodes, not from like one of the home videos. So I don't know. And then they do the running away dance, which I think is the extended version, as the baby son screaming at the end. Which I don't think I remember it having that. In the second Sprout airing, it has the extended version of the Twisty dance at the beginning, which I vaguely remember seeing an episode where that happens. And then, the Tubby Custard machine not working segments in the second Sprout airing. I wish I could read these better. I should have used like a smaller like document. Like should have like spaced it out a bit differently. But yeah. So yeah, it has the Tubby Custard machine not working. And then after that, it has the three ships where it starts right after the baby son shown giggling at the end of the segment, and then the windmill stops spinning at the end. Poe's the missing Teletubby, and Dipsy's the boo shouter. Next up is Harp. This has the opening segment with Tinky Winky making adjustments. I vaguely remember seeing that, though I kind of remember it had the Right Path 2 opening shot with the windmill on screen, but it actually does not. And then the Harp TV event, which that was on the silly songs and funny dances video, which, yeah, I think I might have seen it on TV, but I kind of remember the TV event was shortened. And then the Harp segment, the narrator's dialogue is re-recorded in the episode, which I don't know if I remember. And then after that, they do the Happy Dance, and it's the same version from the US version of Music with Debbie 2, but the baby son's giggling at the beginning is different, and they added the sounds of the Teletubbies jingling when they give each other a big hug at the end. And the baby son clip at the end is slightly delayed. Yeah. I think I might remember something like that. I'm not sure. And the voice trumpets rising is delayed, which I don't think I remember that happening this episode, at least. And Dipsy is the missing Teletubby, and Poe is the boo shouter. Dave Thompson's credited, even though none of his segments appear in the episode. Okay, I didn't ask for that. This episode aired on September 7th, 1999, with a 1998 copyright date. In the Pledge Drive airing, it has the magic tree in the middle of the episode. It's the same version from Haymaking, which I vaguely remember. And then the Happy Dance is cut. And Tinky Winky's the missing Teletubby, and also the boo shouter, I think, with the alternate ending music. I'm not actually, no, I don't think it is. I don't think it has the alternate ending music. In the rerun airing, In the rerun airing, I think I remember the harp segment started with the Field 1 opening shot. And then after the segment was over, from what I've heard, it has the Rabbits song. I'm not sure like what version. I don't know if it's the full version or not. Probably one of the shortened versions from nursery rhymes. And then the Big Sun clip that's usually shown during Tubby Bye Bye. And then they do the jumping dance, which is the same version from Swimming with Stephanie, which I might remember seeing. And Poe is the missing Teletubby, and Lala is the Boo Shouter. In the Sprout airing, it has at the beginning the segment from Apple Pie where Dipsy's trying to make Tubby toast but bounces all over the place, which I vaguely remember. I don't think I saw on Sprout, though. I'm not sure. Okay, this scroll thing, like, they changed it. They made the scroll so skinny and small, like, you can barely scroll it, and you accidentally, like, drag, like, the start thing, the taskbar, or, like, yeah, type something. Like, you accidentally, like, highlight something. Yeah, Windows 11 be like. And then what else does it have? It has the 3 ships. It's the same version from Cafe Chocolate, which I might remember starts right after the Baby Sun giggles at the end of the segment, like I said. And yeah. Okay, I think I'm getting on track again. Dipsy's the Boo Shouter. In the second Sprout airing, it has the opening segment from Blackberry Picking, where Poe is walking to the trees and she says "uh-oh" to the viewers. I might remember. I think it was another recurring sketch. I'm not sure if I remember any of them. And then at the end, it has the Dizzy Dance, the shortened version, and the Little Bo Peep magical event, which I think might have been the same version from the UK version of Colors Yellow. That's what I vaguely remember. I'm not sure. Brennan's Moonwalk. Sometimes this is known as Spacesuit. But yeah. So this has the opening segment. I always get this opening segment confused with the one from Game Drive. I think this one has the it has Tinky Winky coming into the house with his bag. Yeah, I feel like I might have seen it. And then the TV events, which I think the person who played Brennan in this episode uploaded the TV events a long time ago. I think the upload is still found. I could be wrong. But yeah. The opening segment has the Home Hill 4 opening shot, and the Sun Baby's giggling or sighing at the beginning is different. I think I also remember this segment was shortened when I saw it, but I'm not sure. And then the second segment has the opening shots from Ladybugs, I think from the... Oh, let me check. Yeah, it has the opening shots from Ladybugs or Ladybirds from the opening segment, which they use the same field shot from the original UK version of this episode. This the Teletubbies fetching their favorite things. I have a vague memory of this. I think this might have been one of the first episodes I saw. And then they go watch the Dancing Bear, and like in Dad's portrait, the dancing bear just replaces the windmill stopping. The windmill does not stop spinning at all in this episode. But the dancing bear is the same version from Jumping, the UK version. But the Baby Sun is actually heard giggling before they hear the carousel noise, and I think the baby son giggling at the end is different as well. Yeah. So yeah, the windmill does not stop spinning. So Tinky Winky is the missing Teletubby, and Poe is the Boo Shouter. The pbskids.org ad and the end credits are a bit delayed by a second. This episode aired on September 8th, 1999. How many times have I been pausing today? So yeah, in the Pledge Drive airing, it has the animal parade at the end instead of the dancing bear. And I think it has the elephant's trumpet, and the windmill stops spinning, which I vaguely remember. I think I might remember seeing this version. I'm not sure. And Dipsy's the missing Teletubby, and also the Boo Shouter. In the rerun area, it has the segment after TV event from Josie's Pots, where the Teletubbies are missing their favorite things. I think it might be the same version from Favorite Things. Yeah, but the windmill's whooshing sound is different from what I heard. I keep stumbling on my words. Some of the UK narration for the TV events also kept. And then after that segment, they go watch the animal parade as well, but without the elephant's trumpet, and the windmill stops spinning. And Dipsy's the missing Teletubby, and Poe's the Boo Shouter, I think with the alternate ending music. I'm not sure. In the Sprout airing at the after a TV event, it has the segment from Drumming with Norris, where Tinky Winky is dancing on top of the house, which I vaguely remember seeing. And then before that, it has the walking dance, and it's the extended version. And then after the segment, they do the windmill just stops spinning. It doesn't have a magical vent. I think the voice trumpet is delayed. Dipsy's the missing Teletubby. And the second Sprout airing, from what I heard, it has the fetching favorite things segment at the beginning, which I might remember. And then after a TV event, they do the walking dance again. I think it might be the same version from number 3, the UK version. And apparently this episode is another one of those weird episodes where it has the snow segments. It has the opening intro where it snows. I think Lala might be the missing Teletubby, I'm not sure. And then after the walking dance, it has Tinky Winky remembering the snow. Like, there's no snow in like the other segments. I don't know if this was like some weird like mess up airing, some weird like glitch airing or whatever. Yeah, it's a scene from Nativity Play. And then the Animal Parade, which I think might be the same version from Ned's Bicycle. So yeah. Oh, Lala's the Boo Shouter in the regular Sprout airing, I think, with the alternate ending music. I'm not sure. And then the alternate Sprout airing has Tinky Winky being the Boo Shouter. And next up is Handy Hands. This has the opening segment. It's one of the only like two US dubbed episodes I've heard of where it actually reuses a Teletubbies segment. Like the dances and magical events, that's one thing, but like the segments, I don't think they would ever reuse. But here, it's the opening segment from the original UK version, which is an alternate version of the one from Gymnastics, which that was used in the US version of Twirlers, which that was pretty. I was pretty surprised to see that. I'm not sure if I remember that. And then the TV event, I'm not really sure if I remember that. The baby son's giggling at the end is different. And the narrator's dialogue for the Mittens segment is different as well than in the Silly Songs and Funny Dances video. And the baby son screaming at the end is different as well. I might remember the Mittens segment. I don't think I remember it happening this episode. But what I do remember is the dance that comes at the end. It's the Dizzy Dance. It's the same version from Fruit Tasting, where it's the shortened version. Which I was watching like Fruit Tasting a while ago. I kept like losing track, and then when I get back to like paying attention to the episode, the windmill had already stopped spinning, and like I didn't realize the Dizzy Dance was that short. But yeah, but I think it might be shortened in this episode because I watched it paying attention for real this time, and I was like so shocked. Like it was so short, like more short than I expected. In this episode, the windmill's whooshing sound at the end is different, and the audio of the Teletubbies saying "uh-oh" from Pebbles is used again. And the bird sounds are a bit delayed when the windmill stops spinning. Yeah, I do remember seeing this, but I don't remember it ending like that with like the different audio, especially with the delayed bird sounds. Poe is the missing Teletubby, and Dipsy's the Boo Shouter. The PBSKids.org ad is slightly delayed, and Dave Thompson is credited again. This episode aired on September 9th, 1999. The Pledge Drive airing, I think I remember this episode had the later audio of Tinky Winky getting chosen for a TV event. Once again, I don't know, I vaguely remember something like that. I think the dialogue from the narrator for the Mittens segment is kept from that video. And then after that, they do the Magic House, which I think is the same version from My Mom's Keyboard, where it's the top right window version. And I think it starts right away from what I heard. I'm not sure if like it starts after the baby son giggles, or I'll check. Yeah, it doesn't have the baby son giggling at all. I don't think I remember that. I do remember this version of the Magic House, though. And Tinky Winky's the missing Teletubby, and yeah, I don't really know who the Boo Shouter is. It might be Dipsy. In the rerun airing, it has the opening segment from Haymaking, where the Teletubbies are playing peekaboo, and the windmill starts spinning very weirdly, with like the TV event music being a bit like mixed up and stuff, and kind of being off sync with the windmill. Yeah, I don't think I remember that. I might. I don't know how many times I've said that. And then at the end of the episode, they do the running away dance, which I think might be the same version from Becky and Jed Finding Eggs, the UK version. I'm not sure. It's a shortened version. I think I might have seen an episode with this shortened version, but I don't think this is that one. Lala's the missing Teletubby. In the Sprout airing, it has the opening segment from Yellow Cow, where the Tubby Toaster makes an extra piece of Tubby Toast, which I very much remember. I think it might have been this version, because I think in Dirty Dog, they used the beginning part of the segment being basically just the segment from Ned's Bicycle where they're eating Tubby Toast with some of the dialogue re-recorded. But yeah, in that segment, they go down the slide. Here, they arrive through the door. I also think I remember the Mittens segment in the Pledge Drive airing started with the Field 1 opening shot with the extended opening music. And then at the end they do the Calypso dance, and I think it might be the same version from Double Bass. I'm not sure. So yeah, in the second Sprout area, it has, instead of the mittens, it has the segment from Numbers 9, where there are 9 flowers and Tinky Winky and Po waters them. I vaguely remember that. And then they do the stretching dance, which I think it might be the same version from the UK version of Running, but I think it might have had the opening shot from Pebbles. In the last episode for today, Colors Pink. This one has the opening segment where the Teletubbies are marching up and down a hill. I know the original version of the segment was in the Dance with the Teletubbies video, and I think I remember seeing that version. I don't think I remember this version at all. I'm not sure if I remember the TV event either. I think on the PBS Kids website, they mentioned that Po was chosen for the TV event, but I think it might have been like Lala, I think. I don't know if there was like an alternate airing that had Po being chosen. And then the segment where Tinky Winky doesn't know how to make tubby custard. And I vaguely remember this. Yeah. Some of the dialogue is slightly different. They say spout instead of tab when they're talking about the tubby custard tab. And then Po saying, look, is slightly off sync. And then the baby son giggling at the end is shortened. The segment does not have Dipsy in it. It has the other Teletubbies. It just ends with the Teletubbies giving Nunu a big hug. And then it shows the closing shot and the baby son giggling. And it cuts right back to the inside the house. And they do the follow the leader dance. Which Dipsy is just suddenly there. Yeah. And yeah, the follow the leader dance is quite a long dance, so obviously they just start it right away. It's the same version from Fancy Dress Sunday Special version, which that version is used in a lot of the US episodes. It has the Home Hill 4 opening shot in that episode, but it's not in this one. And in this episode and a lot of the other episodes, the Teletubbies bottoms don't make sounds when they sit down at the end. And then when the Teletubbies look to their left to see the Nunu walking away, it just immediately cuts to the voice trumpet. And the voice trumpet's a few inches higher than it was in Carnival 2 where that happened. Dipsy's the missing Teletubby, and Tinky Winky's the Boo Shouter, with the end credits slightly delayed again. This episode aired on September 10th, 1999. And at the Pledge Drive airing, this has the Little Miss Muffet segment, which I think might be the same version from Nursery Rhymes. I think it might have started the same way, or maybe with the same opening shots from Building a Barbecue, I'm not sure. What, Lulu? I'm busy. And then they do the Happy Dance. It's the same version from Llama, the Sunday Special version, where the windmill stops spinning after they say uh-oh and run off. I don't think I remember that. and Tinky Winky is the missing Teletubby, and Poe's the Boo Shouter. In the rerun airing, it has the Little Miss Muffet segment, but right after that, they go watch the Dancing Bear, which is the same version from Painting with Hands and Feet, which I don't know if I remember because the that had the baby son not being shown at the beginning of the event, which I don't think I remember an episode where that happened. What? And the Sprout airing, it has the Round and Round dance at the end, which I think is the same version from Windmill. And Lala is the missing Teletubby in the rerun airing, and Poe is the Boo Shouter, and Lala is the Boo Shouter in the Sprout airing. In the second Sprout airing, it has the balloon segment from Tulips at the beginning, which I don't think I remember the balloon at all appearing in the show. So yeah, I kind of lost track. And then at the end, it has the Magic House, which apparently, like, they use the same scene of the Teletubbies saying "uh-oh" from the US version of Carnival, again with Dipsy just suddenly being there. It's the Magic House. It's the top left window version, which I think I remember like maybe one or maybe two episodes with that version. And the windmill stops spinning, obviously. And Dipsy is the missing Teletubby, and Tinky Winky's the Boo Shouter. Well, that's it for now. See you later.